Today I am celebrating Freeman Dyson, a world-famous physicist whose work has spanned a good proportion of the last century since the Second World War, and I must confess that I know very little about the depth of his work. I do not have a level of I loved physics at school. I did it up to A levels, and till I was 18, and I adore the subject. And yet, my capacity to understand the intricacies of the sort of things that he talks about are very limited. And yet, and this is the reason that I'm going to include him in this 365 series of festivals, because his genius is being able to express highly complex matters in the most basic and simple terms, and he's an absolutely fascinating man to watch on YouTube. If you search for Freeman Dyson, you'll find him talking about all sorts of subjects in the course of the interviews that he does, and I have just grown to really adore him. He's got that beautiful, underspoken, understated manner of someone who really has a very great understanding of things, whilst never relinquishing the sense that however much he knows, it's really very little in terms of really comprehending what reality is doing, how it's working. And it's someone who's gone so far into their subject that they've actually realised that they're actually still so far away from the truth. To actually penetrating reality is still a long, long way off. That being said, he's someone who's conjured up calculations and formulae that have been able to explain the mechanisms, the manifestations of reality so precisely. He deserves enormous credit, as do all of these phenomenal scientists who manage to predict the behavior of reality so precisely. And yet it's that gap between what they say it should do and what reality actually does that constantly keeps a truly intelligent mind humble, knowing that we're only approximating reality and never really describing it fully. So I convey to you the work of Freeman Dyson. If you're not a physicist, don't be put off. Check out some of his stuff and you'll see how beautifully he describes it. So today, a moment to celebrate the life of Freeman Dyson. Not the man that invented Hoovers, by the way.